Yeah, listen, we've gone live. We're live. We're up and running. Let me bring my screen down like that. You can see me properly. And I don't know why this always jumps to camera A, but anyway, a little bit frustrating. There we go. We can zoom me in there. Guys, we've got Nate on, and we're just waiting for Kristl. Maybe Kristl-Joy's waiting to watch us. She's like wondering where we are. So anyway, brought you back. Hey, what happened? I put you in, now I've taken you out again. Hang on. So this is a nice fun one. Nathan, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I just don't know what's going on with my state, but it's all good.
Okay, so have you charged your battery?
I have charged my battery. It depends which battery.
Yeah, on your head, on your
my
headset.
social battery.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, there we go. My headset just came on.
Okay, awesome. All right. So, guys,
there we go.
Okay, cool. So, guys, we're going to be chatting with Nathan. So it's Nathan Brett Michael-Steyn, and so because
Nathan Michael-Steyn. Yeah.
Where's the Brett from?
Brent. I don't know. Brent. Like Brent. My mother just Brent. It's Brent. Yes. So my mom just came up with that as a second name. I don't know where it's from.
Should we leave it in? Should we take it out? What do you want to do?
You can take it out.
Okay, cool.
You can totally take it out.
So we can say bye-bye, Brent. Okay, there we go. Because that's sort of what I've got you. I've got you saved under.
It looks better.
Yeah, 100%. There we go. So, Nathan, welcome back to Coffee and Conversations with Champions. We're going to be chatting about your time. You are welcome. We're going to be chatting about your time in Germany, why you got drunk and missed your scheduled podcast with me. And
no, Nick, come on, man. I really didn't expect you to say that.
No, man. No, I'm just teasing you.
Look,
too much. Too much training and too much work. Yep.
You can't just blame me. You can't just blame me. That was me, and that was both me and Kristl.
Yeah, 100%. But at least you're here on the podcast. And now, interestingly enough, we've lost you on camera. Your camera's off. Can you hear me okay?
Sorry, that's no, that's fine. I just tapped to respond to Kristl because Kristl's having difficulty connecting.
Okay.
But it's all good. So this
under the bus by Nick,
supposed to do under the bus. We were supposed to do this podcast while me and Kristl were in Prague.
Yep.
To give you like a very, very fresh perspective of our experience at Worlds in Germany. But you were actually very busy. Nick, you were also very busy.
Yeah,
you were running with the strongman competition, I think.
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken.
100%.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with the
But it's all good, we're here.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the Prague Pilsner. No, man.
Look, it could have been the Prague Pilsner, it could have been the German Pil. I don't know. There was a few, so it could have been.
Okay, excellent. So we have a young lady joining us now. What I'm going to do is swap over the screens to this one, and then we can add. There we go. Kristl-Joy in and Kristl.
Hi, Nick.
How's it?
Hi, Nick. Hi, Nathan.
Welcome.
Good. All right, cool.
So sorry for the delay, guys. So sorry.
No problem.
All good. It's all good.
Yeah, 100%. So now I just want to make sure that I'm getting all the cameras set up perfectly, that we can see everybody, and make sure we got Nate there. Okay, cool. Now, you guys don't worry. I'll adjust the cameras. You sort of stay as you are. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. Check out your oaks in your matching tracksuits. You guys are looking cool, man. Boss level.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Kristl, you just missed Nick throwing us under the bus. So Nick, you can throw Kristl also under the bus now.
All right, cool. Well, yeah. So I was just saying, it's so nice. So nice to be chatting to you guys, because obviously with the excessive drinking in Germany, you missed the podcast. And in Europe.
Yeah, no, Prague was amazing. So yeah.
Huh? Okay.
We were in a celebratory mood.
No, 100%, absolutely. So as there may be children watching this, So firstly,
let's move on.
yeah. Let's start with you, young lady. A quick brief intro as to who you are, and then Nathan will go on to you. Then we're going to chat about the competition, what it was like representing South Africa, and then we can move a little bit into what's happening in the Western Cape, what you guys are planning. Already got the dates for provincials out. Obviously, World Masters is coming up in your hometown, which is going to be absolutely epic. So we've got a lot to chat about and really looking forward to it. So, Kirsty, off with you, please. Who are you? How long have you been powerlifting, and what do you do?
So I'm Kristl Kannemeyer. I'm an engineer. I've been doing powerlifting since 2021. I was introduced by the sport by Kristl-Joy. He's also an under 83 powerlifter who lives in.
And he's also a hair care product model.
41 years old. I'm a master one.
Yes.
And I'm so. Ooh,
Chris.
Chris. Just like Nathan.
Marcella, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
okay, so first you have to ask, what kind of engineering?
Like mechanical.
Okay, very, very cool. So you like maths?
I love math, and that is why I chose the career.
Yeah, 100%.
You're a smarty pants.
No, yeah, because civil. Right, Nate, put your phone down. You're moving around too much.
Oh, sorry.
So, well, yeah, because obviously, I did civil engineering. So civils just want to be outside and on construction sites and live in caravans. We try to avoid the mechanical engineering aspect as much as possible. Just a couple of blocks through the different semesters. But yeah, mechanical engineers love mathematics. That's very, very cool. Awesome. Nathan, give us a quick rundown as to who you are.
Okay, so I am Nathan Michael-Steyn. I started powerlifting in 2022, I think it is. So it's been about 2 to 3 years now. And yeah, what do? I am a CFO for a German printing manufacturing company, and we are based in the Airport Industria. Yeah, that's what I do for a living. And yeah, I'm also part of the Western Cape Powerlifting Federation Exco as a treasurer. And this is our second year of serving, Kristl? Yes, this is our second year of serving.
We will finish 2 years in March next year.
Yeah, so in March it'll be 2 years. And yeah, so just absolutely fell in love with the sport, and yeah, it's just been blessings upon blessings.
Epic.
Since starting.
And also you're a part-time chef, because when we spoke earlier in the week, you were chopping up a storm there in the kitchen.
That is part of my cutting food at the moment. So I was busy making mince and sweet potato.
Oh, awesome! Oh.
I actually posted about it yesterday. So yeah. So you caught me while I was busy doing the supper run.
Epic. We got a quick comment. Go Nate. That's from Lift with Arthritis. So very cool to have you watching.
Oh, how's it, Russell?
Absolutely awesome. So I think, Kristl, we start with you. What was because I know we've spoken to Nathan a little bit before on this, and we'll tag your interview, Nate, in the details. How did you get into the sport of powerlifting? What was your first comp like? So, you mentioned Kristl-Joy. I mean, Chris is very well known in the West Rand with his gym, and just, very much part of South African powerlifting culture and community. What was the thing that got you into the sport?
Yeah, so it was just after COVID. I packed on a lot of body fat. I decided to go for PT because I lived in the area. I lived in North Riding, and Chris's gym is based in North Riding.
And
so I started PT with him.
Yep.
Lovely gym, just physical gym. I started doing 2 PT classes a week with him, and then 3 fit ranks classes I did with him. And he just asked me the one day, I remember it was December, it was January. And he asked me, Kristl, would you be interested in powerlifting? Because you've got some potential. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try. And a week later, he sent me the entry for Gauteng Powerlifting Champs. And I was like, no, Chris, maybe next year, not now.
Go,
And
come
he's
on.
like, no, Kristl,
Yeah.
you're going to do it now. And I competed, I remember, I think it was in
I gotta give that to Chris. Sorry.
and
Yep.
I remember distinctly the comp was hosted by School of Strength.
Yes.
I think it was in Woodmead somewhere, and we all had to still wear our masks.
Sure.
Which
Yeah.
was also quite stressful. You had your mask on, you just, when they call you to the platform, that was when you removed your mask and you would go do your lift and you'd get off and you'd put your mask back on. But from there, I went to nationals and I was just completely addicted to the sport. I am introverted, and for me, this was a great way for I'd like to say that it has helped me to come out of my shell a bit.
Awesome.
And I will forever be grateful to Chris for introducing me to this sport.
That's very, very special. And it was at firstly, I mean, I refed at that comp. I think it was one of my first provincials, or probably one. It was very cool. Had Chantel was chief ref, and it was quite an intimidating thing, but it was a great venue as well, and a great competition. But I remember that where you had to keep your mask on, take your mask off, lift, go off the platform, and put your mask back on. Absolutely crazy. I think at that time we couldn't be as social as we wanted to be. So after that comp, what was your next competition, and how did you find the community?
So I went to nationals. I think nationals was in Potch that year. Yes.
Yep.
So I went to nationals. I remember because I still competed under 69. I drove because I lived in Johannesburg. I drove in. I competed. I started at 4, finished at about 7:30, drove back home.
Okay.
Sure. I couldn't sleep that night. I was still high on the pre-workout and the monster and whatever. and the next morning I had to fly to Cape Town for my sister's wedding, which was absolutely insane. But I just fell in love with the sport and the community. Definitely the community for me is just it's something that's very close to my heart. And with me being on the exco, being the secretary of the Western Cape Powerlifting Federation, I'm really I've made it. I just want to grow the sport, especially with young girls.
Okay.
The youth, our sub-juniors, our juniors. I just want to take the sport from strength to strength and to see the increase. I know last year we had a 40% increase in our entries for Western Cape Champs.
Wow. Okay.
We are expecting, that's a lot. We are expecting at least between 15 and 20% increase this year.
Oh, phenomenal. I mean, that's really amazing, because just seeing what you guys have done with the Western Cape over the last couple of months and years, it's been an amazing thing to watch. And I love what you say as well about getting young girls involved, because I think, South African boys, we grow up and, always be strong, and it's, it's rugby or cricket or soccer or whatever. I think for too long, women have not been allowed by society to get strong. And I was chatting to, I'm telling you, who was I chatting to this morning? I was chatting to someone this morning, and I remember who it was. What I said to her was that the problem has been that weak men have not wanted strong women to get strong, or weak men have not wanted women to get strong because they wouldn't know how to handle that. And we can all be strong and benefit from strength and this incredible 100%. Community. So it's really, really cool. We have another comment here quickly from Tune Stack Music. Go Western Cape. On that note, I don't know if we're allowed to mention that, but guys, how are we doing with the move from WC to WP?
Kristl?
From WC to WP.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about our registration that we just got
like
now?
Western Province too.
Did you get it?
We got it. We've got full membership. Yeah, so myself and Nicole, we attended the it was the SGM, where they had to table us. We attended it. Unfortunately, Nathan was still stuck in Germany for work. So we went full kit. We had on our shirts, our protea ties. I had the ladies' scarf. We had our blazers, our grey pants, our black shoes. We represented the sport. And it was such a proud moment for us, because going in there, we expected that we would get associate membership.
Yes.
Which meant we could get funding, but we don't have a vote at the AGM. And when we got there, we looked at the agenda and we saw Western Cape Powerlifting full membership. We were like, no, man, this must be a typo. And it wasn't a typo. We have full membership.
Okay.
So on the 28th of June, we made history. Western Cape Powerlifting is now a full member of the Western Cape Sports Confederation.
I have to do this.
Amazing.
All of that. Because the reason I'm doing...
And I just have to...
Yes. Go for it, Nate.
Nick, can I just add on to that? Like, Kristl was really pivotal in getting that membership. She emailed, she called, she drove to Saskok. Like, she did a lot to get this province registered. So we're super grateful and super thankful, Kristl. You are amazing.
Thank you, Kristl.
Yeah, it's really exciting for the province. Honestly, it's the best thing that could have happened.
I think it's really phenomenal. Just want to make that a little bit smaller so people can see it on Instagram. There we are. We got a couple of flames here from Itza. I'm going to mess up that pronunciation.
That's Mo.
Okay, thank you, Mo.
That's Mo.
Sweet. You know, I think let's talk a little bit about that. What does that mean? And then speaking of uniforms, you two are wearing really, really cool hoodies. And I want to chat about those after this. So tell us about what does this mean for the Western Cape? Or can I say province yet?
So I think we'll still be called Western Cape, isn't it, Kristl?
So it's Western Cape Sports Provincial Confederation, right? So it's all the districts. So we have we've got your Cape Winelands, you've got your Cape Town district, you've got your West Coast, you've got your Eden, which is your Mossel Bay and all of that. So it's all of those together.
Sure.
So when we come to nationals next year, we'll be wearing the official Western Cape Sports Provincial Confederation tracksuit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And then
which is basically colors, right? The Western Cape colors.
Yeah.
Okay, that is so cool. And that really means a lot to the younger athletes as well, because, you know, especially for younger athletes, it's an opportunity to get something onto your CV, whether you're applying for a bursary or a scholarship or a job that shows commitment and focus and dedication, and that you're a champion. You know, so it's really, really cool. What does recognition for the federation mean in terms of, is there support in terms of the working with the other sporting bodies? Can you give us a little bit of a rundown on that, please?
Who do you want to give? Who must give the rundown?
Nathan.
Okay. Nathan.
Kristl the main one.
Nathan, should we vote? Okay, I vote Kristl. Nate, who do you vote for?
Kristl.
Okay, cool. So we both point up. Okay, boa.
Okay, so basically, what it means for the province, this recognition that we finally got, it means that we are now eligible for funding.
Okay.
We also want to work on development programs for the youth. Another thing that we can also do, and that came up at that meeting where myself and Nicole were present, is to reach out to schools and ask schools, do you actually want powerlifting to be a sport at the school?
Wow.
So that would be something fantastic if we can actually reach that. You know, reach those youngsters, the standard from grade 8, reach them, start them. I mean, I think you're 14 in grade 8, and we can slowly get them into the sport. That would be phenomenal. But like myself and Nicole and Nathan also chatted, this is actually where the hard work begins. This is where the actual work begins to take this province and the sport forward. So yeah, I'm ready for the hard work. I know Nathan is, I know Nicole and the rest of the guys are too. So let's make it happen.
It's going to be absolutely incredible.
Nick, Yeah, I think Nick, myself and Krista and Nicole, we were chatting about starting development programs and things like that. It's just that we haven't had the time because we've been competing and coming out of competition and whatever. So I think hopefully next year we'll have a bit more time and opportunity to actually try to plan and structure something where we can reach out to schools and start some sort of program there, even if it's like a 6-week program, just to see if there's potential in the
Yes.
schools. And then, we can then move forward in that way and try to get something going,
So I mean,
Yeah, but if I can maybe just add, what makes this easier for us now is that the Sports Confederation, they will reach out to the
the schools.
schools
Okay,
and give
phenomenal.
all that.
Okay.
So that will make
Absolutely
it
Okay.
much
brilliant.
easier. Then we can see, okay, Fairmont High is interested or Stellenberg High is interested, and then we can move forward from there. So we have that assistance now and that full support, which is just going to make our jobs much easier. But the hard work starts now because we are all working professionals. So this is
Yes.
something we do on the side.
So I think
Yeah.
just to maybe for those watching who may not know that, I mean, these are not paid roles. So you're a competitive athlete. You're involved in coaching. I mean, both of you. You're involved in supporting other lifters. Then comes the role of actually being on the committee and being involved with
Athlete.
growing and developing the sport, all of this stuff. And then on top of that, you got families, you've got work, you've got all of these responsibilities.
Children.
Yeah. By the way, this is what I love where
Yeah.
you said, when you got to do this on the side. We know that you're talking about working. The job is the side hustle. This is the passion.
Yeah, this is the passion.
This is the
This is the
passion.
This is
passion,
definitely the
100%.
passion.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely but the job is the side hustle. Now, I thought I'd get dressed like a little bit of Miami Vice for today, one, because Cape Town really is, I think South Africa's Miami, Africa's Miami, the southern continent's Miami. It's really cool. It's a pumping city. I mean, it's really going through some incredible changes, both that have very real world consequences for the locals, but it's, there's good and there's challenges that are happening, but the world's coming to Cape Town now for World Masters. I want to
Yes,
chat to
yes,
you
yes, yes.
guys about that and kick it off with those very cool hoodies that you guys are wearing. What do those represent? Nath, I'll give you that
It
one.
represents it represents an amazing achievement. It represents achieving a lifelong dream. It's something that I personally never even thought. I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would be an athlete, let alone a protea athlete. I was never sporty like ever. I was the one that used to when it's PT class, I used to be
Bunk.
like on the stands
Yeah.
watching the guys doing whatever was scheduled for that day. So I was never that person. I used to love tennis. I would play tennis every so now and then, and that was it. But a powerlifter athlete, a national athlete, going to a world championship, like I'm like, who is this? Like, what happened? And I just told Kristl just before the call, I was because World Open was. It seems like it was a whole lifetime ago. It seems like it never happened. It seemed like it was surreal, like
Yeah.
it was a dream, honestly. And I'm so happy that I actually made video logs of my trip there and actually saved it to Instagram if anybody wants to check it out. And I actually looked at it again, like now, just before the call, just to kind of like take me back. And I was like, this is so crazy how this actually happened. Like everything just aligned so perfectly. And I honestly have to give all glory to the man above, because if you think about how everything came together for me personally to have been able to go to the world championships, and the timing of everything, and it being timed along with my work business trip as well, everything was just it just worked perfectly. And I really have to be so thankful, and I'm really grateful to God for creating that opportunity and just to create this amazing experience. and
Sure.
and even more so, it was something that I could share with Kristl. Like, we became connected through powerlifting, because I think we were Instagram friends about 2 or 3 years ago when Kristl was still in Gauteng.
2022.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then she moved down, and then So one day we ended up training at Genesis together, and that's when we had a conversation, and we got along really well. And then our friendship just like exploded from there. And we've done all of these amazing things like together. So it's really nice that the sport has given us that as well. It's really something really special, and it's like we both like think like, how did this happen? It's crazy that we were both at Worlds. We both made African records. We went to Prague together. We had an amazing time there, and yeah, now we're doing World Masters together. It's phenomenal,
So
man.
two opportunities to represent in 1 year. Absolutely epic. So for you, Chris,
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Kristl, for you, what was it like? What's it like wearing the protea over your heart?
So, Nick, for me, this has been a lifelong dream. I've always been involved in sports. I used to swim provincially. Back in the day, I used to do athletics, cross country. I played hockey. So for me, this for me is a dream come true. Um, when I got the news that I was eligible to go to Germany, I had to grab the opportunity with both hands. And the way it worked out was so perfectly planned. And like Nathan said, all glory to God. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would achieve this protea at the age of 41. Never in my wildest dreams.
Sure.
Germany was an absolute blast. For me, this was the goal. So going to Germany, I've already achieved my goal. And for me to then still break African records over there was just more and more blessings from God. And I will forever be grateful for the opportunity. And yeah, I'm just I just don't know what to say. I'm very, very, very grateful.
It's absolutely phenomenal. And what I wanted to ask you about that is, where it's something, from, I love the fact that both of your perspectives are so opposite. One always sporty, and then Nathan, like me, not ever sporty, sitting on the grandstand or the stage when the kids are busy, so, and then like ending up in this amazing sport and having the opportunity to represent. Chris, I'd like to start with you on this question and then to Nathan. For people that are coming into the sport, perhaps at a later life, I started as a Master 1, and it's not you don't even have it in your head anymore. If you were never an athlete, it's not in your head. If you were an athlete, you may be thinking the time's over and the time's done. What would you say, and particularly to ladies that are looking for something? And I think perhaps a lot of ladies get into fitness to get into shape, to lose weight, and then they start to discover this amazing sport. What would you say to them about the path and the path that you've experienced and what that's meant to you?
Yeah, so firstly, Nick, it's never too late. We all start somewhere. I would just tell them to start getting into it. I actually have, now that we are talking about it, there's actually two ladies that have reached out to me. The one turned 40 a month ago, and the other one, I think, is 47.
Sure.
Friends of our soccer moms.
Yeah, youngsters.
They've reached out to me, and they actually want me to introduce them to the sport. So they're coming to my house next week because I've got my own set combo rack in the garage.
Yep.
So they're actually coming to me on Tuesday evening and on Thursday evening because they want to get into the sport.
Epic.
And what I told them on Saturday was that, guys, you are going to see your body transform in ways that you never imagined. And you are also going to see your confidence. You're going to start blooming. And you're going to start thriving in all other areas of your life. So they are very keen. I'll definitely keep you posted, and I do think that I will make posts of them on my social media.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. For you, Nate, what's it been like, that journey from starting to train and ending up with a protea over your heart?
Yeah, so Nick, for me, like I said, like it was definitely not something that I ever expected. For many, many years, I was just kind of like going through life, not really having any kind of passion. So I just, there was nothing that was really that grasped my attention, really give my all to. And being into one of the things that I did enjoy was, so I went on a weight loss journey. I was overweight most of my life. And then I think towards my late 20s, early 30s, I was like, right, it's time to make some lifestyle changes, which is what I did. So I lost about 20 kgs of weight over like 3 to 4 months. And then I started gymming, and, so I became like one of the gym bros, training in the gym, chest day, leg day, all of those kind of things. And then, and then a friend of mine, Jason, actually, she kept on, for lack of a better phrase, houing duck that I must join her, one day in a powerlifting session with a powerlifting coach and whatever. And I was like, no, I don't, this is not for me. And, even though I was deadlifting, I was squatting, I was bench pressing at the time, but obviously not to the level
exactly
now.
Yeah.
and then I joined them. Eventually, a few weeks later, I joined them, and I actually really enjoyed the session. I enjoyed being with all these athletes and all these people that had common interest, common goal in the sport, the love for the sport. So that really attracted me to it. And then I did my first powerlifting. It was just a deadlift competition. It was like a fun comp. Southside Strength was hosting it. And so I started prepping for that, and I absolutely loved it. And if I look at my deadlift now, then I'm like, oh, it was a terrible deadlift. But I absolutely loved it. It was amazing, and it really ignited my love for the sport. I ended up doing the next competition. There also was a 3-lift competition, which was then leading into provincials. And that's how it all just like snowballed into this amazing thing now that's just like taken over my life. And but in the best possible way. Like, I've met some incredible people in these last 3 years. Kristl, Nicole, like there's so many amazing, especially amazing women, strong women. I'm so proud of our Western Cape team, the Federation, the Exco specifically. We've got some amazing women on our Exco, and they are leading the way. Nicole's leading the way. Kristl is leading the way. Mo is absolutely amazing on the social media front. Like, we've really got an amazing team, and I'm so proud. And there's so much opportunity. I think that's going to be coming up in over the next few years for females in South Africa. And I'm here for it, guys. I'm here for it. I'm not about those weak men that don't want to see women thrive. I absolutely love it. So I'm really good with it. And in terms of reaching this goal this late in life, like, it's not something that I expected, but it's definitely given me a new lease on life. And like Kristl said, you will see your body transform. I trained in the gym bro style training for maybe 7-8 years. And when I started a powerlifting program, a proper powerlifting program, my body transformed. I look totally different to when I used to do my own nonsense in the gym. And like, so you will see results. You don't have to overtrain. If you follow a program, you will see, as much as you love lifting, you will also feel amazing. You might have a little niggle here and there when you get to our age. We've got special.
Listen, young man.
Eh?
He's more so young man.
Nee. We've got special membership at a physio. We've got the same physio as well. So shout out to Juwan Carstens in Century City. He's absolutely amazing. And so we need to also, as you get older, you also need to take care of your body a little bit more. But it is absolutely worth it. It is worth it when you're on that platform and you don't see anything in front of you. It's just quiet. And you just do the thing that you've been doing 1,000 times over. You just go and repeat it on the platform. It is absolutely, I can't explain it, man. You guys know.
Loving it. I think, and it's nothing is going to, here, I'll make a statement, and if people want to challenge me on it, they can with pleasure. Nothing will give you abs like squat and deadlift.
Because absolutely,
nothing
especially
will give you
beltless.
Beltless. Absolutely, nothing gives you abs like squat and deadlift. It's absolutely incredible. I had Docky Yaniv, and Doc's really in great shape now, and he only does the lifting. He does. I think he might be doing a little bit of gym on the side with his kids, without me knowing. But then I smack him around. But like Doxy, great. We had 2 new guys in the gym, and they were like, the veins on his forearms and his forearms. Does he do anything else? It's like, no. You want muscular forearms, deadlift. If you want to be solid, deadlift. For the ladies, if you want everything to fit right, just come and lift. It's the most wonderful thing. What I wanted to ask you next, and I think I'll kick it off with Kristl, not to put you on the spot, and this is just a fun question, but the seriousness is about breaking the records. What meant more, representing the country or breaking a continental record?
Sure.
Okay.
That's a very difficult one. That is a very difficult one. But I would say,
and that's purely
at
for
that
fun.
moment,
You can tell me to be quiet.
continental record. Yeah,
100%.
In that moment, breaking the African record. There's Megan Wright actually got a video of me coming off the platform and hugging Nathan, and that moment is priceless.
Yeah,
it's absolutely priceless, that video. So yeah, I would say breaking.
Awesome. No, because I think the representation of the country is mind-blowing, but that's settled in already. And it is because it's the next step is breaking a continental. So the next step would be at an international breaking a South African record. Above that is continental, and then above that is international. So I don't think it's got nothing to do with not being proud of your country. It's got to do, those are the steps that you go through. So absolutely. And then Nathan, for you, what was that like?
Yeah, so it was, Nick, it was absolutely amazing. So leading up to Worlds or just before, because me and Kristl, we would talk about records and all of those kind of things and what it is that we can possibly achieve at Worlds and that kind of thing. So it was really in the back of our minds that, that there's a possibility that we could break records based off of what we did at Nationals, right? And so that is purely, that was the goal. The goal was to break records, but the nice part about it was that we were also going there to have fun and just to enjoy the experience. So we didn't have the pressure, or I didn't feel like I had the pressure that I would have maybe at a national competition or whatever, where I'm competing with my my fellow South Africans, whatever. I knew that, look, the guys that I'm going up against, they've been powerlifting for 10, 15 years. Most of them are 10, 15 years younger than me, because I'm a master wine lifter. They are open lifters. But yet, I am. So you know what? I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to enjoy the experience. I'm going to take it all, and I'm going to try and get some African records. And so it was, and I think that is why, like, my experience was so amazing, because I was completely focused on what I could possibly achieve in terms of getting those records, but I didn't have the pressure of going up against anyone, even though that's great to have. But in that moment, for me, I didn't feel like there was anybody else that I was going up against. It was just me, myself, and God on that platform, and that was it.
Awesome.
And that was it, and that's what I achieved. And I'm so grateful for it. So yeah.
Very, very cool. For both of you, let's talk about the fun aspect. What was that like? What was it like being overseas together as a team? Because it was great to see those posts with you and some of the other South Africans hanging out. You're in another country, you're in your national kit. And, everybody talks about, we should get powerlifting into the Olympics, and we need it to be an Olympic sport. And that will be an incredible thing when it happens. And I'm putting my foot down on that. But, the Olympics, you're in the Olympic village. There's huge amounts of protection over the athletes. With a competition like this, you get to go out, you get to explore, you get to hang out together and still represent your country. Tell me a little bit about the fun, guys. And if there's stories you'd like to share about one another. I'm just kidding.
No, what happens in Germany stays
in Germany.
Come on now.
Was ist das? Das ist gut. Nein. Come on.
Kristl?
Yeah.
So So my experience of in Germany was a little bit different. Look, this was my first time overseas
Sure.
ever.
That's cool.
And I competed. I competed on the Thursday, right, Nathan? Yeah, I competed
Thursday,
on
yeah.
the Thursday, and so I was a little bit more reserved. So I helped Nathan out. I was a assistant coach for him when
Yes.
he competed on the Tuesday. Yes, you
Tuesday.
competed on the Tuesday. I was assistant coach. The Wednesday, I just stayed in the room. The Thursday, I competed. And then the Friday morning, we left and we went to Prague. And that's when the fun began.
Actually, the fun began on Thursday night, but anyway.
Oh, yeah. We don't talk
tell
about
us
that.
about Thursday night. There we go. Was it fireworks?
Just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, Nick. Come on.
Awesome. No, 100%. And I think it's just what, we always talk about, because we've got a couple of athletes reaching out, which we're really grateful for, to come on the podcast to chat, share their stories, because they're wanting to raise funds. So, we've got, whether it's from strongman or powerlifting or whatever, and all we want to do is help. Like we tell you, we're here for you guys. So come and share your story. We'll get you on the podcast, and let's see if we can raise funding and support. And one of the things that we always tell people about that is the wonderful experiences and joy and stories that the athletes and coaches come back with. So, we've got South Africans now in the Commonwealth weightlifting doing really, really well. And one of the cool things, with being South African, sometimes, we're not in the running for a medal, but that takes huge pressure off, which is always great. And for you, what did competing overseas and being overseas give you as an athlete? I'll start with Nathan and then we'll go to Kristl. Like, what have you brought back from that experience that you're sharing with South Africans?
I think it's just for me. So being with all these international athletes that are all coming there, with the same goal to do well, and that for me was just amazing. Like seeing Agatha, like just sitting there, like like all these big powerlifting stars in the same room as you, and they're just normal people. They literally are just normal people like me and you. Just pursuing the love of the sport. So for me, that was the biggest takeaway. I didn't I wasn't like blown away, like I wasn't like, oh my gosh, like these are like celebrity powerlifters, like oh my starstruck and whatever. Like they were just normal people, and you could actually like have a conversation with them, and they were very chill, happy to take photos, and so it created a little bit of humbleness, I think, in me as well, and that is what I try to bring to all the conversations that I've had since getting back. There's been amazing support from especially from our Western Cape athletes. It's been amazing to see how the impact that we have had on them, and just in terms of inspiring them and letting them know that it's anything is possible if you work hard and you put it all out there. You can achieve big things in your life, and that is the message that I really want to drive home. It's just that it's never too late. Like we see, like you can always excel, like especially in the sport. Like if you just work hard, you get your head down, and you get your diet right, whatever. You can do really well, and it's just all about that experience. And
Sure.
and also just the support of the community. It means so much. I mean, for me, even like with my fundraiser that I had a week before I left,
Hang on,
that was such a
wait,
special moment.
where's my? That's a good point, but I need this other one. There it is. That's
Hmm?
the one I'm looking for.
What's this?
That was your party.
Oh yes, yes, yes. So I had like a cooler box style party the Friday before I left,
Yep.
and it was absolutely amazing. It was great having everybody come out and really get involved, and people, like I said, people supported, people that I hadn't even met, donated. Like I was like, I couldn't believe it. Somebody donated like 2,000 rand. Somebody that I didn't even know who they were. Like so it was absolutely incredible. The impact that I didn't even know that I was having on people. So it really meant so much to me,
Awesome.
and I'm just so grateful for that support. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Kristl, what was it like for you? What have you found that you brought back that you're able to share?
So for me, what I note when I got there and I had my last training session. I think it was on the Monday. I had my last training session, and I saw all these big names, these famous powerlifters, half of which I actually didn't know,
Yeah.
right? And I was the one, and I was the one asking them, how many sets do you have left? Meanwhile, this is like the best Bulgarian powerlifter.
Like, kom aan, maak
and
gou, ek
they
slaat.
and so
Yeah, yeah.
friendly and
Yes.
so humble.
Sure.
So friendly, so humble. You would never ever say that these are the top lifters in the world.
Yeah.
What I could bring back was
Mm,
the fact that I have to work harder. I mean, those people,
mm, mm,
the other athletes are working probably 10 times harder than what I'm working. But I can put in more work. And they are so gracious as well, especially the ladies.
mm, mm.
So gracious and just humble.
Oh,
Mm.
phenomenal. I love
There's
that.
there's there's no one there was
Mm,
no one that was arrogant or anything of that.
Mm.
Everybody
Yeah.
was very, very friendly and so humble.
So let
Mm.
me say this to both of you. I'm talking to two of the best lifters in the country, and you're both very, very humble. So, that's the
Oh, thank
wonderful
you,
thing.
Nick.
No,
Oh,
good.
thanks, Nick.
No, 100%. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm going to throw up some hearts here because, you
Oh.
guys are a huge asset to the
I got one
sport.
hand.
They're holding the phone. Oh, there we go. It's, you know, where the guy's going like this, and the dentist is wanting the syringe. um, for you guys are really also doing amazing work for the federation, and we got about 15 minutes left, and I just wanted to touch on that. So I was chatting to someone today. I was helping them. They're wanting to start a new podcast, and how do they do it? And they're wanting to support ladies, and I was saying that Instagram's great because it only gives you an hour, so you got to keep it to the point. Otherwise, I think we could just waffle for hours. But the with the Western Cape, the incredible growth, the incredible development, it's been amazing for me because I'm seeing there's something coming out of the Cape that is the cartel thing. So I see there's a whole bunch of Western Cape, this cartel, that cartel, all of these powerlifting clubs that are reaching out and following us on social media, and it's amazing to see. And I'm seeing. I saw a gym post or a group, a gym post. We're officially affiliated with Western Cape now, and they posted that, and it's something that they were really proud of, and it's the most incredible thing to see. And it's like the sense I get is the whole of the Western Cape powerlifting community that's already there, that may have been a bit fragmented and splintered over the years, is now starting to pull together. And I wanted to find out from you guys, are you finding that? Is that something that you're seeing? And what's that been like?
Kristl?
Yeah. Nate, we just both
Yes,
look up like this.
so yes, Nick, you're
Yeah.
100% right. The community is definitely coming together. The only thing that saddens me personally is the fact that there's such a lot of talent, especially in Mitchell's Plain, but they cannot afford getting to nationals. So for me, that is the thing that is so heartbreaking personally. I mean, if I could, in my own capacity, sponsor 2 athletes to go, I would do that.
Yes.
But it is extremely expensive. But the sport has definitely grown, especially in the Mitchell's Plain.
It's
and
awesome.
we want to place a lot of focus on Mitchell's Plain to grow it even more.
100%. That's phenomenal. I think it's just, I don't know if people understand. You can assume that sport will make a difference to people, but the sense of community, the sense of having a place to go, the sense of having a place to go that's safe, particularly for the young ladies and the young men, where you're not on the street, you're not exposed to the challenges that are on the street, that are out there. That is why it's essential. And then having people, and I know you talk, it's heartbreaking not having the opportunity to send existing athletes to nationals. But it's also heartbreaking, and this is me making an appeal now, and I can't wait for some of the countries to be out here, and I'll touch on that with you. But it's heartbreaking for the athletes that aren't getting into the sport because there's not an opportunity, or there's not financially a possibility for them yet to go to nationals. If there were 5, 10, 15, 20 spots on the team that would be supported or funded in some way, then you would have more people coming into the sport, and you would have more people training and committing. Because if you want to be a good power lifter, you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't do drugs, you have to live a good lifestyle, you have to get your sleep. And above all, what all of it means is you have to prioritize yourself. So these are the things that we need. And
so
I think, Cape Town Masters, the World Masters in Cape Town, is going to be an opportunity to showcase not only the Western Cape, not only Cape Town, but Western Cape powerlifting. And I think there's some very good things that are going to come out of that.
100%. So this year was the first year that we could actually sponsor an athlete from Mitchell's Plain to actually go to nationals, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so this year we've also, as a province, we've tried to find ways of generating funding, our own funds. So Stellenbosch recently had a special games. You know, we could get some funding from there as well. So we're looking at trying to find different revenue streams for the province where we are able to, you know, give back to the community, send an athlete from the community to nationals that would not have been able to go otherwise. We are also looking at sponsoring some athletes to go to Master Worlds from the federation. So those are things that we are actively trying to do as a province, as an EXCO, and you know, we're just grateful that we have a community of lifters that are supporting us in that regard. So we are working behind the scenes to, you know, to give back and to showcase the talent that we do have in the Western Cape. You know, it's very important to us. So I just want people to know that we are trying our best, you know.
Because this is literally, 100%. But this is literally something that saves lives. So, Kristl?
Yeah. Nick, and just to add to that, next year the World Sub-Junior and Junior Champs will be held in Sun City.
Yes.
So we definitely want to take some sub-juniors and juniors. We would love to take them to nationals and maybe even sponsor them to go to worlds.
100%. I think
that's the medium-term goal.
So I think what we said is, I know Nathan and I have chatted about, because we're coming down to live stream, and about photography packages, and helping support some of the lifters and the lifters that are going to nationals. We're doing photo sets for them as well, where then there's an opportunity to raise, you know, get a little bit of extra exposure. It is incredible what you guys are doing. Let's chat about provincial champs. Who put the dates out first, you Oaks or Gauteng? Because it's both on the same day.
No.
It was us.
We always have.
We've
had ours out. Yeah. But we don't blame them. We don't blame them for following suit. So Gauteng, it's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay.
Hang on. There's a challenge that's been issued.
I mean, all I know is that Nick is coming down to our competition. That's all that I know. So
yeah, 100%.
I don't know what that means.
Geez, it's going to be fun. We're going to come down to you guys. We're going to do the video. I think we've spoken about doing the photos, photo packages for the guys. We're going to do the live stream. We'll do some shoots for those athletes that you're supporting going to Masters, and see where we can help. Then back on a plane. I'm sure we'll be able to fly down, and then we're going to be going down to Natal the next weekend. So it's going to be great. And then we'll have a team in Gauteng to live stream the champs up here as well. So it's going to really, really be epic. And then after that, it's off to, we're going to have World Masters in October. Then we've got WPC in Durban. then in December, Cape Town, and then back to Durban. I think for the Cape Town holidays, I'm going to be sleeping. I mean, the December holidays, I'm going to be sleeping and going to be absolutely epic. Can we touch on?
You can always come back to Cape Town, Nick.
No, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, staying at Hotel Sky, the guys there are amazing. It's so relaxing. Absolutely love it. Do you know, just on a light note, my offices used to be in the Metropolitan building on the 11th floor. And I stayed on I think it was the 16th floor in that little bowl, that little fish bowl round bit. That was my room. And I phoned my old CEO and I said, "Hey, Mike, I'm sleeping in your office." So because it was really weird walking out and, you know, when you're waiting for the lift and seeing the view of the harbor, it was crazy. But with the, you know, the top 2 floors there are restaurants and the views are incredible. They've got a club upstairs. It's unbelievable. Fire and Ice is going to be epic as well. So these are all going to be really phenomenal. It's going to be the most off the hook competition, which is going to be great. But chatting about next year, 2026, there anything that you can share? What would you like to see happening with Western Cape? What are the dreams? What are the goals? You touched on World Juniors and Sub Juniors, taking a couple of athletes up there. I don't think it's going to be too hard to find a company maybe to sponsor, you know, like a minivan bus, and, you know, get 18 guys and girls up there, cover costs at Sun City. It's definitely something that can be done. And I think the more exposure we're getting, ladies and gentlemen, are you listening? Then the easier that it's going to be. So, and the official blue shirt guy has joined. So there we go. The world's loudest supporter. He was very, very upset with me, by the way. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. He was very upset with me because I told him he'll come down with us to Cape Town when we were coming down to do the one club comp, and then they moved the week. They moved the weekend of their club comp. So we weren't able to come down.
Chad, you can you can always come and do Western Cape champs. Yeah, you can always come and do champs in Cape Town with Nick. You can come down with Nick.
Deal.
You're more than welcome.
100%. You know, that's actually a good point. You can do provincials in another province. Don't want to get into trouble here, but you know, absolutely, it's not an issue. So with juniors and sub juniors next year, any other plans that you're looking to do? You're wanting to grow the development and the support, or the development aspect of the lifting. If there's anything that we can do to help with that, either, you know, whether it's filming, bring the team down, we film training videos in the gym, we can put those out as well. You know, it'll also be something that'll be, you know, we're very, very happy to do. But from your guys' side, I'm going to shut up now. 2026, what are some of the plans that you can talk about? Just before we do, blue is a WC color, and that's right. There we go.
Yes.
Oh, blue shirt guy. I get it. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm a bit slow here. Okay, Chad, you're going to have to come down, dude. All right. Yep.
Yeah. So Nick, you're going to see a sea of blue at nationals next year. That's what you're going to see.
Excellent.
We're gonna come with a fire. Don't worry. We're coming with a good team. I think for next year we will. We'll hopefully start this development programs that we've kind of been putting on ice a little bit because of, you know, how busy we've been. Me personally, I'm going to have a little bit more of a longer off season next year. There's 2 big competitions back to back. It's not a vibe. It's a vibe, but it's also not a vibe physically. So I think next year I'll take a bit of a long off season, and then I'll have more time to, you know, to put into the province a little bit more. And we can also then work on getting some of our sub juniors to Sun City next year. So I think that will be an amazing something that we can push towards. Maybe we can even do a fundraiser as a province. Like there's a lot of things that we can try and do for next year.
There's a lot of stuff that we're working on in the background in terms of building relationships with corporates for getting involved in sponsoring the podcast, sponsoring the streams. And one of the things that we're doing with that, we do that in order to give back. So the Barbell Bullies comp, 20% of everything that we raised from the photo packages, we're giving to the gym, and that can then be used. They
Oh,
can use
lovely.
that to get back to get their athletes to Cape Town and so on. With you guys, with the photo packages, 20% of those sales go to the federation. So athletes can know that they can get their photo package and support the federation in terms of getting athletes around. So that's what we do. With the streams that we do, we try to minimize our costs. You know, we don't charge for the streaming. With some of the streams, it's just where they cover the hotel costs and travel costs and my team. That's it. I don't take anything out of it. It's something that we do to help the community. But once we're able to secure more of these relationships with sponsors and advertisers, 20% of that is going to go to the competition organizer, and that's going to then go to help the federation and to grow the sport, because that way, you know, everyone can step up and you know, enable them to do that. And I think it's vitally important that we're able to do that as a company, and because we love the sport, and as we grow, you know, as the sport grows, we grow, and just my guys get more opportunity. Like last year or earlier this year when we went to Durban to see Fortune getting his toes in the sea for the first time, and I was with Heather. We met Heather for a bite before the comp at the casino, and watching him in the sea, watching the guys fly on an aeroplane for the first time, telling the
beautiful, that's amazing.
Telling the air staff on, you know, fly. SAFair is incredible. They said, okay, you oaks, chill in your seats, wait for everyone to leave, and we'll get, and the guys got to sit in the pilot seats. They got to sit in the cockpit.
Oh, and lovely, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What worries me is they locked the door, they try to start the engines, but they turned them off already. So it's fine. So we're just going for an aerial shot, coach. Don't worry. No, it was amazing to see. So the sport benefits and grows so many. But as you said, and just as we start to wrap up, because we're a little bit over time, you know, and I'm very grateful for your time, guys. Kristl, as you said, you know, it just seeing the potential that exists. And that, I know, seeing the potential that exists. The whole reason I started my development academy, the Emmet Academy, was because I was training with Rodney Anthony at St. Stidians in this amazing gym with this amazing coach with these incredible facilities. I saw all of these kids with these incredible facilities. And then I went to Queen's High School with amazing kids and amazing teachers, but really lacking facilities and access to training facilities and coaching. And I saw, to me, that's economic bullying. And I grew up, I got bullied quite badly as a kid. It's not something I enjoyed, and that's something I'm very against. So just the work that you guys are doing, I wanted to say thank you as we wrap up, because giving those opportunities, it becomes life-changing. You know, maybe one or two of those kids, or all of them, they want to become coaches. You find a way to get them into schools, or they go do corporate boot camps, you know. That's what I love about what's the big shopping center that's out where all the office parks are now. You know, close. Right? No.
Canal.
Oh, Canal Walk. Yeah. That's in the business parks that are around there. You know, if you get a couple of corporates, you can basically live in that area and just walk. You do your morning sessions, you do online sessions on your phone, and you do lunch sessions, you do online sessions on your phone, you do evening, late afternoon sessions, and that's your day. You know, these things exist where there's opportunity for people to reach their potential, and it starts off from people like yourselves who are giving the support. So a big thank you from me to what you guys do.
No, thank you. And thank you, Nick, as well. Yep. Thank you for everything that you do for the sport of powerlifting, for always going the extra mile. You know, we know that this sport can be an expensive sport, and the fact that you probably personally throw into the sport as well, you know, it means a lot. Your time, your efforts means a lot, and it doesn't go unnoticed.
No, thank you.
We definitely, you know, we're very, very appreciative.
Yeah, that's how I can get you guys to chat to me on a Friday afternoon.
100%.
You know, in Cape Town, that's 2/3. In Cape Town, that's 50% into your weekend already.
100%.
No,
my weekend started at 2:00.
Yeah, that's it. You know.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
So Nick, I echo what Nathan has said, and specifically for your sacrifice and what you do for Western Cape Powerlifting. So really, thank you very much. You make us feel special, so thank you for that.
But you guys are special. You know, it's about this whole thing exists very simply. Supporting those who support others. That's what we want. That's what we do. You know, that's what our intention is. And I hope that we're able to do it. And, you know, people always say to me, don't you charge? And I'll be like, firstly, the federations have no money. And if they had money, there's much better places to spend it than spending it on me. So let us support in that way. You know, there's a wonderful thing that I heard. If you can't give money, give time. So, you know, it's that simple. And I would far rather, I would be cross if you guys paid me to do the streaming and weren't able to support an athlete getting to nationals or getting to an international. Wow. So for me, rather, that's where the fun goes, because that's, you know, that becomes life-changing. Like imagine, you know, just for people listening still, if you have an opportunity to apply for a job or a bursary or a scholarship, and you go and say, hey, here's my participation medal and certificate from participating at national level and representing Western Province or Western Cape, excuse me. It becomes a game changer. And these opportunities are the things that differentiate people in a market that is so desperate for work. Whether it's applying for a scholarship, a job as a waiter, a bursary, whatever it is, it's those differentiating factors. Yeah, you can stand out because you know it's serious commitment to get to where you guys were. Serious commitment, serious sacrifice, and it's just that long-term commitment and dedication that makes you a champion, and you guys are champions, and that's what makes you a successful employee, a successful student, a successful business person.
Yeah, 100%.
So awesome. And by the way,
I can't top what you said.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, we're going to have to get the mayor there. Any connections for the mayor, because he's going to have to come to, you know, you're doing such a great job.
We should actually reach out.
No, 100%. Yeah. No, because he's rocking on social media. We need to get his butt to Worlds. And we're going to chat to him on the podcast.
We need to send formal invitations. We need to send formal invitations. We are definitely inviting the Western Cape Sports Provincial Confederation. They'll be getting an invitation. Okay. So,
and there's a big guy from the Western Cape. He's quite a stockier, quite solid. I think his name is Gayton McKenzie. I think he's involved in sports somehow. Somehow he's got something to do with sport. I think he should be powerlifting. I mean, can you, like, I watched him at a talk this time last year when he was, you know, and I thought, this oak should be lifting, man. He's a machine. So, come on, Gayton, you've got to join one of the clubs. Come on, Mr. Minister. Let's go. Let's get it done.
No, you must tag him. You can tag him.
We'll tag him. Yep. I think we got to. That'll be very, very cool to see, and because you know what, here's the thing: what you guys represent is the difference that can be made when individuals take responsibility to improve the lives of others without the expectation of anything back.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's why we're here to support you as much as we can, guys, because what you do is epic. So thank you. And also a big thank you to Nicole and to Mo and to the rest of your team. You know, everybody stepping up. Huh? Every powerlifter and powerlifting coach that's out there that's going up to someone at the gym and say, hey, have you ever thought about powerlifting? I think you could do quite well. You know, that's what we want to say thank you to as well. So yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Nick.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Only a pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
No, an absolute pleasure.
We'll do a post-mortem on Master World.
Absolutely, 100%. So I think I'm going to end the live stream. Stay on the stream with me. I'll end the broadcast and then we'll just chat quickly off air. So we had a huge amount of people watching. It was really cool to see on YouTube, on Instagram. So thank you to everybody for watching. Unfortunately, this last 8 minutes is not going to be saved in the thing. We'll have to have a word with them. Okay, we got you another one from Rudy going, salute champion. There we go. Absolutely. So thank you, Rudy. Awesome. So let's end that, guys. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend. Train safe, train strong. From the Emmett Media Studio in Johannesburg, probably for the last time.
Everyone.
We're moving on Monday. And you Oaks in Cape Town. Nathan and Kristl, thank you for joining us.
Cheers, guys.
Right.
Cheers.
All right.
Thank you.
Julle ouens bly mos hier. Moenie don't go anywhere. Okay. See you in a sec.